Hey everybody, it's time to change the oil on a 2024 Grand Highlander. I got just over 8,000 kilometers. I'm going to change it in between the recommended service of 16,000, just because I'm old school, I guess. So, being old school, I did build my own ramps, which I've now had quite a long time. And I've driven up other things like Yukons, GMC Yukons on those, and there's been no problem. Yeah, so let's get at it. All right, just do my best to film here, but you'll see it's pretty obvious once you're underneath. There's a separate little panel to remove 4 10 mil bolts. I mean, you could use a Phillips, but we're gonna fast forward and get past this panel. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Okay, if you've ever changed oil on your own, this is pretty typical. Drain plug, oil filter. Okay, and actually, if you can see that, there's the part number for the current one, and I'll show you the part number for the new one. But I mean, I went with Toyota brand filters. I figured that was the best option. All right, so I do have my handy drain pan here, and we're up to a 14 millimeter bolt on the drain plug. So all you do, loosen it. They should not be too tight, just snug. And you're gonna get oil on you. I don't think there's a way of avoiding it, but it is what it is. So this takes a while, and I tend to just let it take its time, do its thing. It's gonna drain out. I think having the ramps is even better, as it does, the drain is at the back of the pan, and we'll just let this go. All right, we took out the drain plug, 14 millimeters, and we just patiently wait now for it to drain. I do have my drain pan here. Yeah, it's doing its thing. Okay, we do have the oil draining still. If you can see that, there it is. So that's still draining. There's my new Toyota oil filter from a dealership. The part number's right there. I did buy a new, well, I call them a crush nut, but they call them a gasket as well. That simply goes on the oil drain plug. I'm seeing a direction, so there we go. And the new oil filter, and I was planning to remove, I probably won't be able to show you this. I'm going to remove the old oil filter with this tool. Seems to always get the job done. Okay, I did loosen the oil filter. It was tight. So I'm just letting it drain a little bit while it's up there. And I did notice my old crush nut or gasket still on the drain plug, so you definitely have to be aware of that. And there is a possibility that the gasket from the oil filter could be stuck on too. So if it is, you need to remove that. And you definitely want to remove that as well. All right, the old oil filter's off. And now I've unpackaged the new one. This is the new one. Toyota thinks of everything. They even pre-lubricated the little gasket there. If you buy an off-brand one, you definitely want to, I usually just use some of the old oil and rub on there just so you can lubricate it, and then it will spin on and tighten up. Anyways, I'm going to install this. You don't want to cross there. You don't want to cross thread it. Sorry, there it goes. After it's snug, it's just hand tighten. Try to get maybe one more turn out of it. And I'm slipping. I'm gonna have to grab a rag and tighten it, but. Okay, the new oil filter's in. I think I may have done that about 3/4 of a turn tight after it was snug. Anyways, the new drain plug is also just hand tightened, and I'm gonna grab my 14 mil and just tighten it up. And sorry, I can't tighten it with recording. All right, I already have the drain plug tight. I tend to just grab the wrench on the end and tighten it like that, so I don't over tighten it. I'm a pretty big guy, and you don't want to over tighten it, so I don't tend to hold the end and pull because it's just too much. But I will put some force on it doing it this way, and I figure I'm not going to over tighten it that way. I should add, I do wipe the excess oil up as well from the filter, as well as the drain plug, so we don't have a mess. Okay, so I have the Platinum Hybrid. I'm going to be using the 5.3 liters of Castrol oil, synthetic oil. Here we are on the left side. There's the engine oil fill lid. I'm going to use a nice clean funnel. I'm going to plop that in the hole. Then we'll use this Castrol Edge, fully synthetic, 0W20, as per the instructions right there as well. And yeah, this is 5 liters. I'm going to put all this in, and I have a little extra to top it off. All right, if anybody's paying close attention, I did switch funnels. I needed this longer neck one because of this piece of plastic there blocking the access to the fill cap. Yeah, so that one worked fine. And I've put 5 liters in there. I'm just going to close things up, get it off the ramps, and see where we're at. I'm going to check the oil after it's started, and then I'll just fine tune it like that and add a little more if needed. And don't forget, you do want to put the fill cap back on. And if you do it with your left hand like me, you're a whiz. And again, snug, don't reef on it. Whenever I do an oil change, I always top up the windshield washer fluid too. So I've done that. At least I've added quite a bit. I added what I had, and it's right there. All right. So the oil's all changed, and we're just going to back off the ramps. There's no need to reset the computer mileage or anything like that because, well, this is like a optional oil change, and I'm still doing Toyota recommended service. So, all right, everyone. I'm going to keep backing up. I'm going to check the oil once more with a dipstick. I think most people probably know how to do that. And have a good day.